The reality is love between men and women is not the same at all. You know, men, shout out to Rollo Tomasi, I'm sure you guys might have touched on this, and I agree with him 100%. Men love idealistically, women love opportunistically. I understand the fact that as a man, a woman loves you for what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Your money, your income, your status, your confidence, your ambition, your cleverness. There's a whole bunch of different things that women look for in a man before they can actually love and submit and want to be with him. But for men, it's like, you know, we love women for real because we don't have as many requirements of them.
You love women for real? That's what you said?
Yeah, men love women idealistically. This is why breakups hurt men way more. This is why men commit suicide way more when it comes to suicide.
So what do you break down what idealistically means?
As in, it's the closest. I mean, obviously, no love is unconditional, but it's the closest to it. Like when a man loves a woman, he loves her far harder than she loves him back, if so to speak. This is why women overwhelmingly, initiate divorce and breakups, etc. And why guys have such a tough time getting over it. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves her for real. When a woman loves a man, she loves him.
I think the stat here is that
how he makes her feel.
Stats are 45% of marriages end in divorce, and women initiate 80% of them.
And how many men cheat in those relationships?
Doesn't change the fact.
Doesn't change the fact.
What is love? So what does love mean to you?
What's love
got
to do with it?
Yeah.
Got to do with it.
It's a bond between two individuals, but we're not gonna sit here and say it's a Disney fairy. Here's the thing, man. I'm just gonna say it. People might say I'm an asshole, whatever. It is what it is. Men put far more at stake when they love a woman versus the other way around. So men need to approach it with their eyes wide open and understand that women love you for what you bring and how you make them feel. And if men understand that, it's going to be to their benefit. The last thing a guy needs to do is love women the way that you guys are trying to go with the Disney fairy tale type narrative, because the reality is you have far more risk when you get married and or deal with a woman than the woman has with you, because with the way the family courts are set up, it's set up for you to lose if everything goes out the window. We know 80% of divorces, like you said before, are initiated by women. 90% alimony is paid from men to women. We know women, divorce rate is extremely high in the West in general. So guys need to understand that when you are with a woman and that she loves you for what you bring to the table. And I think, even though that sounds horrible, that's just the reality of the world that we live in. Women are designed to mate with the strongest male that can provide them security. And if that male can no longer do that, at some point she's going to look to other men and leave him.
I think I'm bad at being a woman.
Just to add one more layer,
Go ahead.
You see, we talked about the Tinder guy, right? So for example, every single day is done to men. How is it done? Divorce. So get this, right? She can play a game for a period of time, and it's, oh, you know what? I like to just leave because I feel like leaving and get half his money. So we're just saying, for example, guys should be aware of the issues that could come up if they do leave, and just be logical about it.
In other words, men cannot afford to love the way you guys are trying to claim through the Disney fairy tale lens, because if they do, they're going to be blinded and not be able to, apply their logic. You said, hey, can you, put the logic to the side and just love a girl?
Here's an article for you.
Dangerous.
Here's an article for you guys, and you weigh in on this. Basically, it says millions of men no longer want to get married, and you can thank the government for that. Here's a story. U.S. News, the magazine, reported that marriage rates have reached an historic low in the last year or two, and with only 6.5 people out of 1,000 getting married. That's the lowest level in 118 years. I'll say that again. The lowest level of marriages in the last 118 years. There have been a rise in men's rights groups. We've heard of female. I've never heard of this in my life. Men's rights groups. You guys probably know about this, such as Men Going on Their Own Way. MGTOW from MGTOW. Is that
MGTOW,
MGTOW,
MGTOW? I apologize, gentlemen. I'll get the verbatim.
Apologize, Adam.
I apologize to all the MGTOWs out there.
You don't want them coming after you, man.
I don't want that smoke. And I also the manosphere,
Yeah.
where men in droves complain about men's unfair treatment in relationships and family courts. To your point, like we discussed, 45% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of women initiate the divorce. Here we go. Men know that they can lose a lot, and it goes down the list: money, kids, even their freedom sometimes if they don't pay child support, right? And the courts abundantly favor women over men in the division of assets, alimony, child support, all that kind of stuff like that. So from a male, dude, this is stuff that I've never, actually, I will say, I was married briefly. I had a prenup, and I was like,
oh, nice.
We're good to go. Whatever happens, we're good. But is this essentially what you guys are saying? Is that, are you part of this MGTOW manosphere? Is this, Your vibe? What is this?
Well, I mean, we're familiar with that community.
Okay.
We're kind of in our own lane. But shout out to the guys in the Sphere and the guys in the MGTOW community. They acknowledge a lot of uncomfortable truths, and those stats that you just mentioned is why I said a man cannot afford to go into a relationship with a woman with the Disney fairy tale in mind. They have to be objective and understand that you're taking a huge risk when you marry a woman or move her into your place or whatever it is.
I agree with that completely.
You do?
I do, actually.
What do you agree with that?
I don't think the system is right at all that somebody should get half of what you've earned just because you decided you don't want to be with them anymore. I agree 100%. I don't think it's cool. No, it's not. You made a decision to either raise a kid or have a career and hire somebody to raise your kid. You knew that. Unless the guy was like, you're not allowed to have money, which they did talk about that. A woman who makes money is less attractive. So I don't know how that plays into.
I did not say that.
You said that the woman who's chasing her dreams or making lots of money has attributes that are less attractive to men. You did say that.
Yes, on a balance of probabilities, a woman that is successful, there's a high likelihood she will have unattractive traits, therefore making her less attractive. But it is not the mere fact that she makes money that's unattractive.
No, it's the fact
traits that come from it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So it does put us in a little bit of a precarious situation here, right? Because we don't want to be seemingly unattractive by trying to make money. But if we don't make money, then if something happens in the marriage and then we're divorced, then we're left with a child and no support. So
I mean, women always say that, but statistically speaking, and we know this from talking with over 1,000 women and thousands of men all across the world, men rarely initiate breakups and or divorce. It's overwhelmingly women that do it.
Again, we're not talking about men who cheat.
Wait, no, hold on. I think a lot of times that happens.
But a man can cheat on his girl and still love her. That's the difference.
Okay, but then isn't not her right to say, I don't want to be with you anymore if you're cheating on me?
Hey, I mean, that might suck, but...
Right, so where's the initiative coming from? It's not the girl going, oh, I want to break up. If the man cheats on her, she doesn't feel like he's trustworthy anymore and then initiates the breakup. But it's the woman. It's more the women who are initiating the breakup.
It's not infidelity that causes most breakups. It's actually financial issues.
It's money.
It's not... it's not typically cheating.
Also,
it's a lot of time it's financial.
Break that down. You have any stats or whatever, anything regarding the financial breakup?
I mean, that is
irreconciled differences.
Yes, irreconciled differences. But that's just kind of like the general catch-all. But a lot of the times it boils down to money.